does one decision affect our lives and the lives of those people around us? Well, that is the question at the center of this musical, If Then. It's about a woman, Idina Menzel, rebuilding her life in New York City, and one of her friends, Anthony Rapp. Also in the original cast of Rent on Broadway, and Anthony's here with us today. Can I just a little bit, Anthony?
Sure.
I was in the audience, and I told my friends, I don't think I've ever cried so much at a show. And I'm a theater geek. I love musicals. And the second act just got to me, and it just stayed with me for days.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, Tom Kent and Brian Yorkie, the writers of the show, they also wrote Next to Normal, which I don't know if you saw, but you know, that's sort of a more intense show in many, many ways. If Then starts out more kind of like, almost like a romantic comedy.
Right.
But then it kind of turns some corners and it sneaks up on you a little bit. And I mean, it's really, to me, it's really about, you know, recognizable human beings living through all sorts of situations that most of us who are in our 30s or 40s could probably relate to. And, you know, and I don't think that's something you necessarily find that often in musical theater.
It really makes you think. I mean, so the story is Idina Menzel, and she's Elizabeth, Liz, or Beth, depending. These are parallel storylines, and it's about the decisions that she makes at the beginning. She makes two different decisions, and
then very small decision,
right? And the stories just coincide. You play her friend, somewhat of a love interest.
Yeah, our characters went to college together, you know, 20-something years ago, and we still have a very strong connection. But, you know, our lives have taken different paths also, and then when she comes back to New York, we get reacquainted, and in the one life, again, based on this very small decision, my character thinks I might have a chance with her. In the other life, it doesn't really happen, and my character's life looks very different in both worlds, too. So, you know, I think there's a lot of people probably who think about these sorts of things a lot, of, you know, looking back on where the road veered.
Then?
So yeah, it's a real exploration of all of those questions and ideas.
And in your life, there were some decisions that you made that really affected how you got from there to here. Do I understand this correctly? You were working at a Starbucks when you got the call to be in Rent?
Yeah, I mean, I've been working as an actor since I was a little kid, but I was going through a really dry period back a little over 20 years ago in 1994. I was broke. I was living in New York, and I got a job at Starbucks to help pay the bills. And there were other acting jobs that I almost got that year. I couldn't for the life of you tell you what they were now. They seemed important at the time.
I have goosebumps.
And if I had gotten any of those jobs, I probably wouldn't have been available to do at the time, it was just a 3-week workshop of this little off-Broadway thing called Rent that I didn't know anything about, that wound up changing my life in every profoundly meaningful way. So yes, I mean, I'm not sure, it was fate, chance, timing, all of those things.
It's a great story, and I know a lot of young people are going to want to see it because of Idina Menzel and Frozen, but boy, this is a story for the whole family. It makes us think, as I said.
Yeah, well, thank you very, very much.
Thank you for being here. All right, you can see Anthony Rapp starring in If Then through January 3rd. It's at the Pantages in Hollywood. More information on our website, KCAL9.com, under Seen on TV. Thanks, Anthony. All right, still ahead, same-day delivery in just a few hours.